Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about the Napoleon Solo Man from U.N.C.L.E board game. This game was manufactured by Ideal Games in 1965. It runs for about 45 minutes of game time, seats anywhere from 2 to 4 players, and is rated for ages 8 and up. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we? The Man from U.N.C.L.E is an American spy fiction television series produced by MGM and first broadcast on NBC. The series follows secret agent Napoleon Solo, who worked for a secret international counter-espionage and law enforcement agency known as U.N.C.L.E, which stands for the United Network Command for Law Enforcement. The series premiered from September of 1964 and ran for 4 seasons until it ended in 1968. In 1965, the Ideal Toy Corporation released the Napoleon Solo Man from U.N.C.L.E board game. In this game, the word is out. Thrush is planning something big. Quickly, U.N.C.L.E is alerted and counters by assigning men to capture the Thrush Chiefs. As the Man from U.N.C.L.E, you're off to capture a chief as quickly as possible and return to headquarters to ward off disaster. Enemy Thrush agents are everywhere, waiting and watching your every move. Encounters are imminent. You must battle your way through overwhelming odds in order to complete your assignment. This game does come with multiple pieces. It comes with a game board, 2 dice, a set of 9 U.N.C.L.E assignment cards, 4 U.N.C.L.E agent markers in red, yellow, blue, and green, a set of 9 THRUSH Chief cards, and a set of 30 THRUSH agent tokens. To set up this game, shuffle all of the Thrush Chief cards and place one face down on each of the Thrush Chief spaces on the game board. Those are the yellow illustration areas. Shuffle all the U.N.C.L.E assignment cards, deal one face down to each player. Place the remaining cards in the game box. The assignment cards dealt to each player is the Thrush Chief that they must capture. Place 1 Thrush agent token on each of the intersections containing 4 arrows. Each player then selects a different colored U.N.C.L.E agent marker and places it on the start area. Players toss the dice, the highest number goes first, and then play continues clockwise. The first player tosses the dice. They move their marker along any starting path the full count of either die. For example, the player throws a 5 and a 3. They cannot move 8 spaces. They may move their marker only 5 spaces or 3 spaces. But if they throw a double, they must move their marker the total of both dice. A player may move only in one direction, either forward or backward during any one move. A player may not change paths unless they land on by exact count an intersection that has the arrow markers on it. Whenever a player lands directly on an intersection occupied by a Thrush agent token, they must challenge the Thrush agent. This is done by immediately rolling 1 die. If the player rolls a 1, 2, 3, or 4, they win the challenge and capture the agent and place the token in front of them. If they roll a 5 or a 6, they lose the challenge and must leave the Thrush agent token where it is, and they move their marker immediately to the Thrush headquarters. This is kind of like the jail in Monopoly. When a player lands on an unoccupied intersection, they may move along any intersection path on their next move. A player imprisoned in Thrush headquarters must stay there 3 turns and then go back to start unless they can do one of the following. 1. Throw a double and go back to the start space at once. Or 2. Place a captured Thrush agent token or Thrush Chief card on an empty intersection or empty space on the game board and then go back to start at once. When a player lands directly on a space marked with a black dot containing a yellow Thrush Chief space, they may look at the card on the space to see if it is the Thrush Chief that they are after. When a player has captured 3 Thrush agent tokens, they may capture a Thrush Chief by landing directly on a yellow space pointing to the Thrush Chief card. The player, after looking at the Thrush Chief card, has the choice of either taking it or leaving it. If they take the card, they must place 3 captured Thrush agent tokens on any 3 empty intersections. A player may, in order to confuse the other players or prevent another player from obtaining a card, take a Thrush Chief card even if it does not match your current assignment. A player may never have more than 3 Thrush agent tokens in their possession at any time, and they may have as many Thrush Chief cards as they can capture. Remember, in order to capture Thrush Chief cards, a player must have 3 Thrush agent tokens in their possession. When a player lands on an exact count of a space pointing to a Thrush Chief card, they may exchange any Thrush card in their possession with the one on the game board. Once a player has a Thrush Chief card which matches their assignment card, they must try to return to U.N.C.L.E headquarters at once. They cannot re-enter U.N.C.L.E headquarters through the front entrance, which is the starting spaces, but can only return through any of the 4 paths leading to the side entrance. Whenever a player lands by an exact count on a space occupied by another player, they may do one of the following. Take 1 Thrush agent token from another player, or take 1 Thrush Chief card without looking at it from another player. The player then may only look at it after they have taken the card. If the other player has neither agent tokens or chief cards, they are not penalized. This is an important part of the game. If a player thinks another player has found their Thrush Chief, they should try to land on the same space as this player in order to take that card from them. The first player to return to the U.N.C.L.E headquarters with the Thrush Chief card which matches their assignment through the side entrance wins the game. Well, this has been an overview of the Napoleon Solo Man from U.N.C.L.E board game. Now, first off, I want to say, I think the theming on this game is very on point. It has a very nice 60s vibe feel to it. It has some really nice art to it. It makes you feel like you're in a 60s spy movie. It has the little figures have hats and briefcases and are in suits. You never know exactly what's around the next corner. So I think theming on this game is great. It is a very easy game to pick up. So it doesn't have a lot of rules to it. I think the roll, spin, and movement game genre it gets tedious after a while, but this one I think is a little bit different because it has a nice novel approach to it, especially with the dice, since you get to choose either dice A or dice B. So it gives you a nice strategic element to it. So I think it plays very well in that particular genre. The game itself, like I said, is very easy to pick up, very easy to play. It's very kid-friendly. I don't think kids will have a problem picking this game up. It has a very nice family game night to it, and if you want to bring friends over for like a retro game night, I think this is a really good choice because it's a different kind of game. It's not very long. Like I said, it's 45 minutes of gameplay at most. And it has a very nice cutthroat strategic end to the game where your other players may think that you have your objective and then start trying to cause problems for you. So I think it is a very interestingly built game. I'm a big fan of Ideal games. I think Ideal games are a little on the underrated side compared to Milton Bradley and Parker Brothers or some of the more mainstream stuff. But I think this is a very well-built game. It's very easy to play, very easy to learn, very kid-friendly, and I think it's a win for anyone that wants to play something different. And honestly, I don't know of another game that's quite like this particular one. So, if you haven't played the Napoleon Solo Man from U.N.C.L.E board game before, I would recommend playing this game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on the Man from U.N.C.L.E game from Ideal Games. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please, have a great gaming day.